you had $30,000, you could buy a car, you could put a down payment on a house, or you could spend it all on carbon fiber aero for a Ferrari. And that's what we're doing today. So this is how the 488 currently sits, and I have to say, I absolutely love it. On a stock form, all the red with the BBS wheels is a good look, but today we're gonna be trying on a new outfit, starting with a Fabspeed OEM front lip replacement, Fabspeed carbon fiber rear diffuser replacement, carbon fiber taillight inserts. So to get started, we're gonna remove the rear bumper because we're gonna be tackling the taillight inserts and the rear diffuser. So starting with the left and right fender liners, we're gonna go ahead and remove those so we can access the hardware within the inside of the rear bumper for removal. Now with the rear bumper off, we can start tackling all the aero on the rear and around the car. Now, majority of all of this aero is from our friends over at Fabspeed. We're running their exhaust on the back of the Ferrari right now, and they actually make quite a few pieces that are factory replacements for this car. On the front end of the car and on the rear end of the car, there is no carbon fiber. But today with Fabspeed, we're gonna be replacing all of that with their pre-impregnated carbon pieces. And I have to say the build quality on this is honestly, it's astounding. It's super pretty, super light. And this is a front nose replacement for the front end. So we're gonna be chucking that on. We're gonna be replacing the rear taillight housings with carbon housings, because right now they're just like a matte gray finish. With the rear diffuser off the car, you can see that we're gonna get ready to transfer over all the pieces for this carbon diffuser, which again, is pretty much a factory mold, but in pre-impregnated carbon. So you can have way more carbon on the back of it. So we're about to dive into that. I'm really excited about this piece. And we actually have something that I'm not sure if we're gonna put on right away, but this is carbon fiber mirror housings. And it's actually the whole piece. So we would disconnect it, transfer over the glass, and we could replace it. But I'm gonna wait till the end of the video to see what the rest of the carbon pieces look like before deciding if it's worth adding this on. I'm a little bit hesitant that all this carbon on the red will clash a little bit, so we'll see. Now, if you guys want any Fabspeed parts for your cars, remember they make things for all sorts of cars. They make aero, they make performance packages, they make exhaust, and if you guys use the code TJ2025, you can get 10% off your order. So thank you to our friends over at Fabspeed. And we're probably gonna put in these exhaust tips too, which are gonna give it a little bit more of an aggressive look. Ferraris are hand built. They're glued in. Little duckbill spoiler. Use 3M on all the parts.
Ooh, that adds a good look.
Just need to see where it should be placed. That looks like where it wants to sit. Just don't know if I should back it up a little bit.
I excavated that like a...
No, you know what this is? This is like the really expensive version of like the archaeology kits. Remember those as a kid?
I used to love those.
Yeah.
That got me. Yeah.
It was like a big block of
Yeah.
like dirt sand. It would come with a chisel and you just...
My family was poor and never could afford those.
Cool.
TJ,
Don't know.
when we were teenagers in high school, I would go to Best Buy with him and he'd be like, I want this, and he got it. Me, I was like, you could do that?
I'm good.
Calvin's parents are so rich, they bought him and his little brother a Beersy.
They're rich now.
In full. All right, now with Dylan's fossilization skills. That's not a word, is it?
I don't think so.
Dylan got it out.
Excavation.
Excavation, that's it.
Excavation.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is my favorite thing that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh!
Someone went to, whatever the Italian word for shit is, they were going like this at one point, putting it together, you went shit.
Oh, shit.
And he was
Luigi, I dropped a bolt in there.
Give me another bolt. Sometimes a good, sometimes a shit.
Carbon sick. 3M has been laid down. We're gonna lay it down now.
Damn, we are.
And
Explosions.
shout out to Buff Daddy Calvin. Now he's gonna get started on the diffuser, and this is gonna take a while because he has to disassemble the whole entire DRS system. The bottom of the diffuser actually has an active aero DRS that when the car reaches above 80 miles an hour, the rear flaps open up, allowing air to channel through it, for better aerodynamics. Now this is a very tedious process because it is filled with a bunch of little pieces. And while Calvin was working on the diffuser, I just finished up the carbon fiber taillight inserts, so let's put it all back together. All right, the rear bumper is done. Let's chuck it back on, mate. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna install the front lip. Now, the interesting thing about this front lip is that it's actually not gonna add any aggression to the front, which we'll see how we feel about it after the fact. But the 488 has a very weird front bumper design. It has this bulbous like bumper guard, which is actually all like F1 inspired aero, the way it kind of forms air like this. And you can actually envision almost the front splitter on an F1 car. And that's what this car was supposed to emulate. So a lot of different skirt applications are just on the lower portion and they kind of bridge this gap. Well, this piece is actually just replacing the front aero. So it starts all the way in the corner and this is all one piece. Like you could take that off. It's almost like the catfish. So that's what this Fabspeed front lip is it's just that front aero piece, if that makes sense. So we don't know how to take it off, but me and Dylan are gonna hope that we can disassemble this with the front bumper on the car. And that was just not the case. The whole bumper has to come off of this car, which actually took longer than expected because there are so many pieces of hardware that attach this front bumper to the car, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but it's very in tune with what Ferrari is. Complicated. And laying them side by side, you can really see the difference here. This new carbon fiber piece from Fabspeed is a direct OEM replacement to the original splitter on the car. And I really enjoy this because the mold is nearly 100% identical to this, making the install pretty straightforward.
Oh, you're gonna lose it when you see it from the front.
Does it look good?
Oh yeah. The contrast like makes it just that much more aggressive.
It looks really good. I'm still not like all the way dialed in. Pretty sick.
It's good.
Yeah, that was good. This thing looks insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
And with the car finally assembled, let's take it outside and see some true before and afters. I feel like there's gonna be some of you who like the stock body look, but I have to say I do enjoy the subtle aggressiveness of the carbon surrounding the car. Take a look for yourself.